All right, we're back here at Old Kentucky Home State Park here in Bardstown, Kentucky. Glad you could join us. Talk about golf and ladies golf specifically tonight. And there's a lot of parts to the golfing game. Obviously, people want to drive the ball. Everybody thinks that's a great thing to do, is hit the ball as high and long as you can. But a lot of people can do that because they've got a little strength to themselves. They finally swing it, and whether you have technique or not. But most of the time, if you're like me, it's not the trouble getting the ball down to the green. It's once you get to the green that the trouble steps in. And Bonnie, that's where we're going to let you show us a little bit about technique and what's going on and how to actually put the ball in the hole, which is sort of somewhat the object here.
Well, there's several things that can make you a better putter if your putting's not too good. It's one, when you line up over the ball, I like to have my eyes over the ball, but also you do not watch the ball go in the hole. See, most people, when they swing their club, they come like this.
That's me.
Yeah. Guess what? You're going to pull it, you're going to take it that way, whatever. And another thing that makes it a little more accurate, and I'll show you, is that you line the ball up, and then after you get it, y'all realize I haven't practiced
okay.
it.
It's the number one day of the year.
Okay, so anyway, you line it up, and then what I do, I tilt it just a little bit forwards. And that gives it a stronger, more force going to that hole than if you get in too much trouble if you go like that. But if you set it down and you angle it to the hole.
Yeah,
that's
right
not bad.
Hey,
yeah.
That's not bad at all.
That's not bad for my first putt.
That one there is going straight on.
Well, it's going to curve a little. I didn't read anything in it.
Well, that's.
But anyway, of course, that right there, that would have been a 2-putt.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you don't want to go over 2 putts.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, well, I've had 11.
So if your first putt doesn't go in, you would like to be within 12 inches of that hole.
Uh-huh.
So, but
that to me would be absolutely perfect. I mean, perfect, because even I could probably knock that one in. Maybe.
But anyway, if you get out and you practice that stroke and just tilt that putter just a little bit forwards, you'd be surprised how that change your putting. And then make sure that your green is clean.
Well, I'm going to tape this show and watch it over and over so I can try to remember everything here. Now, we'll talk a little bit about there's several different kinds of clubs. Obviously, you know, you got to know what kind of club to hit. Right now, you're carrying a putter, but you got your woods and your irons. And how do you pretty much know which club to use?
Well, right now, more people are using the hybrids. Mm-hmm. And the hybrids, you practice with them. If you go out on a driving range, you know how far that ball's going to go with that club. Mm-hmm. So if I need a hit 150 yards still, I'll pull out a 150-yard club.
But you know which one's
yeah, because it'll be different from you to me.
Right.
You know, but the main thing I think that you need in your bag are your wedges. Mm-hmm. And I like a 60, a 56, and a 52 degree wedge. And that gives you certain yardage. So if you're within 100 yards of the pin, then my wedges come out, and it depends on which one I need to get onto that green.
Now, some of them give you more loft, some of them give you more distance. I mean, some of them actually will give you more, I guess, stopping power.
Right. And, you know, out of a sand trap, I don't use the sand wedge. I use that 60 degree, the loft. Uh-huh. The lob wedge, some people call it. They use those. But anyway, it's up to you, you know, the kind of clubs you got, whether you have the irons. Mm-hmm. You know, I do carry an iron in my bag. That's the 7. Because if I get under a tree with a lot of limbs, you got to come out of there. You can't arch it. You have to come out of there, and that 7 will take you out from under that. But anyway, that's, you know, you just got to know your clubs and you're the one that sometimes makes that club do things that my club can't do.
Right. And there's rules to the game, obviously. There's rules that you have to understand and learn, but they're not that hard to learn. I mean, obviously, you're going to learn what par means. I mean, that a hole has somebody's measured it off and determines how many strokes it's going to take to get there. What it means when the ball goes out of bounds or when it goes in the water. I mean, you're going to, I guess, lose a stroke.
Well, well, on our league, Joan Reiser would be the scratch golfer. You know, she does pars. But the majority of us, we don't. If I can play bogey golf, I'm very, very happy. You know, and bogey means just 1 over. Uh-huh. What if it was a par 4, I got a 5. You know, if it's 5, I got a 6. You know, and for the everyday person, if you can do that, that's very good. And if you are a scratch golfer, be thankful. That's very, very good to be able to do that.
Well, I fly like an eagle and play like a turkey, so I know it's not a game that you just expect to master right away. And and a lot of people think that's true, because I went out with a guy one time and he played one time and he said, this game's too hard, so I'll never play again. So I don't think anybody that thinks they're going to master the game the first time is fooling themselves.
Anybody that's starting. One course that I recommend is if you can find a par 3. Mm-hmm. If you can find a par 3 or an executive course, will have par 3s and 4s. Mm-hmm. And that's how you basically learn your irons or your hybrids. And if you can do that, a lot of people get up and they long drivers, and that's just wonderful. Mm-hmm. But the person who wins the game is the short game. Right. It's your chipping and your putting, and if you can get that down, and you can really get that under control if you go to a par 3.
Drive for show and what does they say? Drive for show and putt for dough, I think is what they've always said. I've heard that saying many times. So again, if somebody wants to get involved with this league or just get involved with golf in particular, what do? They need any particular people they got to call, or just show up?
Well, if you know anybody that plays on here, let them know. If not, if you come out here to OKH, let the people behind the desk have your name and number, and they'll give it to us, and we will call you, and we'd love to put you on our sub list. We're always looking for subs. And then again, out at Maywood, just show up on Thursday mornings about 8:45, mm-hmm. And, we just pair up, and just go out and have a good time.
Well, and there are some open days. If somebody just wants to come out and play around, there are open days where you just come out and check the schedule here at each of the golf courses. They've got greens fees and how much the carts cost, and it's not overly expensive. I mean, you're going to spend a little bit of money, but anytime you go out and have fun, that's recreation.
That's right, and it's a very ideal way to get out and enjoy nature.
Enjoy nature, have a little bit of fun, exercise. Again, you're going to do a little bit of walking, even though you've got your cart. So again, there's a lot of camaraderie and a lot of good fun. Well, Bonnie, I appreciate you stopping here today and showing us a little bit about it and getting us kicked off for the golfing season. I know a lot of people, the closest they get to a golf course is watching it on TV and seeing what Tiger's doing. But there's a lot of tigers out here.
It's a lot,
and alligators.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, but it's not a simple game. It seems simple, but it's sort of hard to put that little ball in that hole.
I can attest to that. I mean, I'll be the first person to attest to that. I mean, I've not played enough to amount. I probably on both hands you could count it, but it's not an easy game as you think. You don't just come out and play. It's not like baseball and I'm not saying baseball is easy, but you just don't come out and just smack the ball and it goes where you think it's going to go. There's hooks and slices and woods and everything else you can possibly hit.
Yes, but again, it's just a great way to get out and just enjoy nature. You can walk or you can ride a cart.
There you go. Well, good luck in your game today. And they call them games, or is it a match? Or it's a match. It's a match. Okay, we'll get the verbiage down as well. So again, we do appreciate you stopping by here. And there's a lot of ladies lining up out here right now, getting ready to tee off. And hopefully we'll be able to get a few things in before this rain sets in. And that's another hazard. It's not indoors. There's no cover. So if you get a little thunder out there, you want to head toward cover or lightning or anything else. The hazards don't come just from on the course. It may come from above as well. So again, we do appreciate Old Kentucky Home letting us be here. Bonnie Drake being here with us today, and all the other ladies that stopped by. And again, we don't have any alligators on this course, but you might run into one or two other things if you stick around. So good evening, everybody. This is Kenny Fogle. We do appreciate you coming, and if you want to play golf, come on out and play some golf. I'm looking forward to it this year. And again, I'll be honest with you, I'm what you call extra amateur. I mean, I play every now and then, maybe once or twice a year, have a ball doing it, and I know you will too. And again, it's not that expensive, and it's something just fun to do on a weekday that you might be off a weekend. It's a little crowded out here on the weekends, so try to find a day that's not too crowded. So for all of us here at Channel 6, we appreciate you tuning in to Sports Focus. We'll be back next week with another show about something else to do with sports in Central Kentucky. This is Kenny Fogle saying so long, everybody. We'll see you next time here on your hometown television station. Take care, everybody.